What's going on, fellas? Exotic here. Today I'm going to show you how to install and set up dense traffic, as a lot of you were asking, hey, how to set up dense traffic? My traffic is not that dense. So today I will literally guide you step by step, fellas, on how to get it done. And thanks to this amazing modder and his amazing mods, he made some changes to the hidden settings for the AI that were on a CCP179. The first thing we have to do is we scroll down to this post. All the links will be down in the description. Before we continue with the downloads, keep in mind this dense traffic setup will only work if you have the AI spline lines installed, basically the AI. So make sure to watch this video right here that I'm gonna pop on the screen, so you can set up your AI first, and then you can head over to this video and set up the dense traffic. Also, one more thing that you need, there is here dense traffic for 179 and below, and there's the dense traffic for 180, which is the latest CSP. It's a preview version. So if you don't know how to set up 180 CSP preview version, you can watch this video as well. Alright, back to the video and let's continue. So I have 180 version, which is the CSP preview version. I'm gonna download the dense traffic 180 right here. If you have lower, feel free to get this one. Okay, fellas, once you have downloaded this file right here, you open a Assetto Corsa folder, then we go to extension, then we go to config, and you wanna scroll down and find new AI behavior.ini. And once you find it, fellas, what I want you to do is make a backup of this file. I always like to play it better safe than sorry. Keep the original file saved. You can rename it as well to like new AI behavior original. So that way you know what exactly it is. That it's literally the original CSP file. So what we're gonna do is, in my case, I'm just gonna delete it because it's easier for me. We open the RAR archive here with the dense traffic and the newly set up new behavior.ini. We drag and drop it right here, and literally that's all we had to do. And now I'm gonna go on to Content Manager, explain some of the settings, and I will show you also my settings, and I'll show you the creator settings that he is using. And I'll explain you how to get the traffic that I'm gonna showcase at the end of the video, and all the settings that I use and what they do. Okay, first, now the most important thing, Content Manager. So you'll probably ask how many opponents and literally what layout of traffic I'm using. I've set up here about 21 cars. I'm using 5 super fast cars, or 5 or 6, something like that, and the rest is just mediocre or slow cars. That's about it. 21 opponents with me 22 in the game. Aggression is 80% and the strength is 95%. So now let's jump into the new AI behavior and see what new settings do we have. So when you go to new AI behavior, right here, these are the default settings that the file came in, and I will show you in a moment my settings, but first I want to explain. So you can see all the new settings that we have now. We have spawn mean distance to player, spawn distance, spawn range, spawn despawn, offsets. I don't recommend, don't even touch these in my advice. Minimum distance to AI, like the rest we had them earlier as well. Push force and stuff, but now we can adjust the spawning, and this is major, fellas. This is super important because this you can do only in dedicated servers, in the configs of a server. Of course, the dedicated servers again have way more settings, but it is what it is. At least now we can set up our dense traffic in a single player, right? So why should we complain? Now these are the defaults. Make sure to pause the video and look at them, but I'm gonna go real quick to not prolong the video onto my settings. All right, fellas, very quick on the new settings. Now, minimum distance to AI 20 here resembles 2 meters in terms of spacing in the game that the AI cars will keep between each other. So that's 2 meters. If you change it to 25, 2.5 meters, 30 meters. Except an exception will make if you use auto, because shuffle behavior using auto means random cars might change suddenly their behavior, go on the gas, ignore the minimum distance to AI, start to follow way closer, and so on. So that's that, just keep in mind. These, don't touch them. Now, spawn distance and spawn despawn. Now, spawn despawn is the maximum distance that the cars will spawn. This is 200 meters ahead of me and The 100 is 100 meters behind me. Spawn distance, again, you're here playing with the distance. So these two settings right here, spawn minimum distance to player, spawn range. Again, I believe these settings here are the minimum values and these are the maximum values. Again, front is for how far ahead of you, and the back value, basically the second one, is how far behind you the cars are either spawning or despawning. So keep this in mind, fellas. Now let's jump into the comparison so you can see the old footage and the new footage. Okay, so fellas, this is the old traffic that I had. This is the old setup. You can see we might have like a few spikes of like a lot of cars bunched in one place. But in general, there were these very big gaps where you wait and there are no cars at all. And you literally couldn't do anything about it. You couldn't change it. So literally that's about the old traffic. This is how it looked like. Now we can jump into the new one. Alright fellas, now on the new replay I've sped it up with a reason. I want to show you something, and you can see there's almost no cars in the third lane until you reach right just about here from this bridge. Now you can see, let me show you something. Now you will have cars that eventually go on the right lane, basically on the third lane to overtake, but now from this point onward, or from this section exactly after this bridge, I believe it's the spline lines that were made like this. From this point onward, cars can actually be spawned on the third lane. And I've just noticed this, so I wanted to give you a heads up. Before I leave you with the showcase and some highlight of the new traffic, and you can see it, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Make sure to comment down below. And if you need any help, of course, you can find me on Discord. Now I'll leave you to enjoy the new showcase of the new dense traffic.